If you often find yourself giving too much of yourself, your time, and your energy to men, and still can't seem to be valued the way you deserve, this video is for you. I used to be just like you, and believe me, most women either are or have been in your place. There's nothing wrong with you, and there's somebody out there for you. I went from being very insecure in my love life to becoming a wife to someone who calls me my dream. If you told me this 3 years ago, I wouldn't have believed it. But I spent 2 years reading books about relationships, watching YouTube videos, and going on dates. And I really spent my energy on becoming a high value woman. In this video, I'm going to explain everything I learned so you can also get the dream girl in you out and find the relationship that you deserve. We will cover becoming confident, interesting, attractive, and irreplaceable. Becoming a high value woman is essentially tapping into your higher self. You have that woman inside you. You know you deserve the life of that woman. And when you think about her, the first thing you're going to notice is her confidence. Your confidence defines where you stand on the social ladder. Our brains are wired to build social hierarchies because it's important for us to know who is a threat and who can defend us. Now, the important part about this is that people who are higher on the social hierarchy have better access to food, shelter, and mates, which means they know they have options. The thing is, there's no list in the world that ranks people's social status. So your brain builds a social hierarchy relative to you. How you see yourself compared to others defines your social status in your life. Let's imagine you meet a guy named Jack. You meet him, you sit down, you don't find him attractive. Then he starts to talk about the Muay Thai match he won last month and shows you a family picture taken in Italy on a very, very expensive yacht. If you don't have the physical strength or the financial means, your brain will automatically rank Jack higher than you. And the second that happens, you will start to give him things. You might give him sex on the first day so he comes back. You might start dressing differently to show him you match his aesthetic. You might drink more than you like just to show him he can have a good time with you. And many, many more different versions, as I'm sure you've experienced. The problem is, the more you give, the more Jack knows he can take without giving anything back to you. Because so far, all he's done is to tell you about a story and show you a photo. He didn't put any effort towards you. When I mentioned the Muay Thai match and the yacht, you likely had an image in your head. We all present an image before we actually present ourselves. There's a possibility that Jack just joined the Muay Thai class and won against a 13-year-old. And maybe the yacht was rented for 1 hour for a group of 60 people by a tour. But your brain was too busy ranking him according to the image he created. You didn't ask more questions, you didn't keep assessing him. One thing to keep in mind, people will always present a better image than they actually are. And this is why you need to build confidence. There's a reason why it's called building. Confidence is built brick by brick through your actions. Nobody in the world is born confident. Everybody had to put work through it. So that's what you need to do too. Maybe your family raised you saying you can't do this and that, so your subconscious started to think maybe you're not capable of doing things. Maybe your friends made fun of you when you were trying beatboxing, which totally happened to me, and you learned to never even try things to not be embarrassed again. Maybe your teacher told you your answers are wrong, so you were scared to answer things again. All of these things are suppressing you, your personality, your potential, and the high value woman in you. You need to remove saying I can't from your life. Whenever you want to say it, just go and do it. I used to be very impressed when guys would tell me about the sabbatical they took and how they traveled the world. I kept saying I can't because my parents would never, ever let me do that. Last year, both me and my then boyfriend, now husband, both resigned and traveled Asia for 7 months. I did this even though I genuinely believed my relatively conservative Muslim family would disown me. They didn't, and now I know I'm someone who can decide for herself. I don't need my family's permission or approval to do things. And this added at least 10 bricks to my confidence. You need to get out of your comfort zone or uncomfortable zone if not being able to do things bother you. The more you find you can do things, the more confident you will get. And eventually when you meet Jack, you'll be able to say, oh, he's cool, but so am I. Your brain won't rank him higher than you. And you will stop giving things without getting anything in return. A quick note here, confidence doesn't mean arrogance. Putting others down and bragging about yourself when you meet Jack won't make you look confident. Actually, it will make you insecure. Truly build your confidence. Don't try to present a wrongful image. When people say interesting, they rarely mean going skydiving. They mean having interests. Sounds simple enough, but if you grew up with parents who locked you to screens or filled up all your time with private lessons to get you to university, you might grow up not knowing what you like. Feel free to skip this section if you already have goals, hobbies, and things you're passionate about. For the remaining people, when you think about your higher self, it's highly unlikely that you think of her in a job that she doesn't like. or sitting at home looking at her phone waiting for her husband to arrive. She probably has her own business, or she's a high-level manager at a company, or is busy with kids, or whatever it is that you want to do. But the point is, she's busy. She has goals, she has hobbies, she has a passion. You cannot be interesting if you're not interested in anything. I used to be either out drinking or home watching Netflix. I genuinely didn't have any interest before. My case was the result of Western education meeting Asian parenting, where my family took tests too seriously and literally removed anything and everything that might bring me joy in my life. So I would focus on my lessons. For whatever reason, if you're like me, Jack's Muay Thai lesson made him interesting for you. So you should also be able to talk about your tennis match, or the book you're reading, or the client you had to deal with, but with passion. But you don't need to be interesting to someone. You just need to have interest, and the right person will be interested in you. Dua Lipa and Callum Turner met because they were reading the same book and they had just finished the first chapter. It makes me smile every time. If Jack was there, maybe he wouldn't even know about the book. But that wouldn't make Dua Lipa uninteresting. He just wouldn't be the right guy for Dua Lipa. And the same thing applies to you too. Go out, try the things you wanted to try since you were little. Explore things that intrigue you. I took singing lessons and my husband loves to hear me sing. I tried surfing in Bali, I learned how to ice skate, I read books on business and psychology. I didn't do any of these 3 years ago. Now I fill up my time and I have a lot of things to talk about. Another quick note, don't pick hobbies according to what you think people might be interested in. Otherwise, you will attract the people you're not interested in. Now, to be attractive, you need to be confident and interesting, but the most important thing is you need to love yourself. I know it's a lot to ask a woman because you are taught to give from yourself. You're taught to find faults on your face, your body, your clothes. You're also taught you're not enough on your own. You need a man to take care of you. You will live happily ever after once you're married. Your life will be fulfilled when you have children. You are told that your happiness relies on the presence of others and their perception of you. Not only none of these are true, this perspective makes women develop a needy and desperate energy. And your high value self is not desperate. If she doesn't have a partner, she will be okay on her own. You can see her painting in the corner, dining with her friends, going to Pilates on Saturdays. She enjoys her life and doesn't worry about what her parents are gonna think or what people on social media will think. This is not confidence. This is choosing self against the world. When you choose yourself, that adds to your confidence. It doesn't work the other way around. And there's nothing more sexy than someone who lives their own life. Attraction isn't just about looks. I won't go as far to say your looks doesn't matter. It massively does. How you present yourself shows how much you respect yourself. But that also comes to the same lane. For example, people actually gain weight back if they lost it to impress other people and not for themselves. If you gym to be attractive to men, your motivation will evaporate when the attention doesn't follow. But if you go to the gym because you want to get stronger or for your 80-year-old self who can't sit down or stand up, that's self-love. As long as you care for yourself, you won't lose motivation. And that's why we need self-love, to want to care for ourselves. And that's what's attractive. People can smell, and I'm saying this with zero exaggeration, people can smell your need for approval. When Jack wants to order another drink and you don't, Jack knows it, but he also understands that you want him to like him. So he says something like, I like how much you can drink for your size. It's really fun to be around you. And after that, you want to keep him happy. If, however, you had told Jack, no, I don't drink more than 2 glasses, he wouldn't have liked it at the moment, but he would have respected your standards. As long as he's not an asshole, he will like that you stand up for yourself. People will bully people they can manipulate easily. It's true for all kinds of relationships. I'm raised with my parents praising my accomplishments. They absolutely love telling people how smart I am, how good my grades are. But the second I would get a bad grade, I would be criticized and bullied. All the soft, loving tone would disappear. They would also say my daughter wouldn't do this and that. So in order to be their daughter, I tried my best to become who they wanted me to be. If growing up, you're not accepted as who you are, you will resent yourself and others for never being enough for them. But you can't be perfect for anyone. Not in friendships, not in relationships. You need to accept who you are, make peace with yourself, do little improvements, whatever you want to improve in your life, but you need to love yourself as who you are. And we're moving to our last subject, which is being irreplaceable. When you think about the things you replace, it could be as simple as a perfume bottle, but it could be as complicated as a relationship. But the common issue is these are the things that don't serve us anymore. All my advice so far is about testing your limits, building confidence, improving yourself, becoming your own person. But now I'm going to ask you to serve other people. It might be confusing to hear this after being told to put yourself first, but you can still put yourself first and serve other people. Serving people doesn't mean lay down on the floor and let people step on you. No. Serving people is being there for the people that you love, supporting them, giving them your time and energy without letting them cross your boundaries. When my mom asks me to do things, I used to drop everything. Now I simply say I can do it later today. I don't say no because I love her, but at the same time, I don't put my life on pause to do whatever she asks me to do. For your first date, maybe Jack wanted to go to a pub, but you don't like pubs, so you said no. But if Jack has been with you for months and he has proven himself to be a great partner, when he wants to watch football in a pub at a date night, you might just let that one go. That's just healthy compromise. He's been serving you, so you can serve him by doing something nice, like letting him go with his friends or actually spending the date night watching football with him. To give you a bigger picture of everything I mentioned, the point of it all is to become someone you respect so that other people will respect you too. Build confidence, develop interest, and attract people. And once you have the right people, and by right people, I mean your people, still keep serving yourself, but serve them too so you can keep them in your life. This is the first video I really spent a few days scripting, and I want to know if it truly helped you. So if you liked it, please press like so I know. And when you take the dream girl out, please come back to this video and let me know because I need to know.